Okay, good morning. It's about 6 o'clock, just before 6 on a Wednesday morning, and I'm taking my wife to, well, it's a hospital, but it's for a small little procedure thing. So I'm going to be sitting there working the whole day, well, until she's done. And we're going to do a knife overview, review, longer term view. G'day world, and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications, and outdoor stuff with knives. It's about 3 o'clock, maybe a bit past 3 in the afternoon, and we are now eventually looking at this thing. I spent the whole day, my wife went to the hospital for a few tests and things. Nothing horrible, she's fine. Well, or she will be fine, and yes, I spent my day there, but if you want to see the unboxing and the first thoughts on this knife, please go to my last Grail knife video. But anyway, this is the Reeve Large Sebenza. This is the 31 with the double lugs. Okay, wonderful knife. Now, I did eventually decide to tighten this down as far as I could get it. And yes, you can still do that. It is a bit more difficult to middle finger flick, never mind. But I'm doing that because I'm polishing my, what do you call that? The washers inside. Okay, so the blade is still beautiful. No real marks over there. I've been using it on meat and things like that mostly. It does have a few snail trails on the side, but that's fine. That's character. It's supposed to start looking like that. And I had it in my pocket when I walked into my black metal table outside. So there's a few scuff marks on the pocket clip, but it's supposed to look like that eventually because we like to use our things. Now, let's be quiet and listen to this. Oh, when that thing locks, it's like a bank vault. No movement, nothing. This thing is solid as a brick wall. Then when we unlock it, beautiful. Listen to that detent there at the bottom. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, now, everybody knows this knife is fantastic. It's made to wonderful standards. It is an iconic knife. Okay, like I said, the Reeve Integral Lock, which we now call a frame lock, is commonplace today, but when this thing was made, it's fantastic. We already spoke about the steel. S35 VN was made by Reeves and Crucible, and now this one comes with the S45. Not that I can actually show you because it doesn't say it anywhere. Okay, except on your little card that you get with the knife. The one thing I like more about this one than about the 21 is, do you see, I cut off the lanyard. Yes, I couldn't live with that anymore. But now the, dogs, give me a second. Okay, quick delivery. Anyway, so this knife is fantastic. Okay, now, somebody in a previous video, I can't remember, I hope I was finished with my last thought. But anyway, so it's an iconic knife, and yes, now, somebody in my previous video about this knife asked me, why would you ever spend so much money on a knife? And yes, that's fair enough. If you do not have the money, or if you do not want to spend the money on a knife, remember, if you use a knife as a knife and you like the feel and you like the whole, that's ants, and you like the whole, what do you call it, feel of brass bearings, or washers, like washers in your knife, things like that, get yourself something like this. This is a rat one. It costs a fraction of the price. It's exactly the same size, and you can do pretty much exactly the same things with this thing. Look, it even has double lugs. Okay, so if you do not want to spend that money, yes, you can buy cheaper knives that will do everything exactly the same. Or if you want something a bit more fidgety, this one has got the same S45 VN. It does have washers, and look, it looks even more tactical depending on what you want to do. So yes, you can buy other knives instead of this knife, but if you are somebody that buys knives or collects knives or just want something more, then get one of these. This is an iconic knife. It's part of knife history and it's a fantastic knife. Also, remember, Chris Reeves comes from South Africa. So, me being a South African knife collector, yes, go get the best American made knife made by South African. Okay, anyway, yes, we can disagree on if it's the best, whatnot. Anyway, the next time I show you this knife, it's going to be in comparison to another knife that's way cheaper with almost the same materials. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. But anyway, so like I said, for me, this was definitely worth buying it, and I love everything about this knife. The hollow ground blade, this thing slices like a laser. Love it. Okay, my kid has got a can of spray paint outside, so I'm going to call this video now. All of you stay safe, happy, and have a good one. Goodbye. The Embassy of the Republic of Lithuania and Guyana High Commission